We all have it, we all use it, but I think most of us really misunderstand it. So today, let's talk about cash. And I don't just mean the bills in your wallet, I mean the money that's just sitting there in your bank account. We're going to challenge this common idea that cash is lazy and uncover the really powerful, kind of invisible work it's doing for you. And there it is, right? That's the heart of the issue. Cash has this serious reputation problem. It's treated like a temporary waiting room for your money, almost like a sign that you haven't made a real decision yet. But what if holding cash is the real decision? So let's dig into that. Why does cash get such a bad rap in the world of finance? Well, it really all comes down to a big misunderstanding of what its actual job is. I mean, think about the words we use. We say cash is idle or unproductive. It's always framed as this missed opportunity, like you're failing to optimize every single dollar. That whole mindset suggests that if your money isn't out there sweating, generating a return, then it's basically failing. Okay, but here's the big idea we're going to unpack today. The work that cash does isn't something you're going to see on a spreadsheet. It's psychological, it's structural, and it's all happening behind the scenes, really providing the foundation for everything else you do with your money. So if the job of cash isn't to make you more money, then what the heck is it for? This really requires us to totally reframe our perspective. We have to stop judging cash using the same report card we use for stocks or real estate. Right. If we just take growth completely off the table, we have to find a whole new job description for our cash. And the answer, it turns out, is way more valuable than a few percentage points of interest. And here it is. The real job of cash is something called decoupling. It's a powerful concept. What it means is creating a buffer, a space, between something that happens to you, like say a job loss or a surprise car repair, and the action you are forced to take because of it. Cash gives you separation. And this is what that decoupling actually feels like in the real world. It's the difference between having to sell your stocks at the absolute worst moment and, well, having the ability to just wait it out. It's freedom from being backed into a financial corner. At its core, cash buys you time. Time to think, time to recover, and time to make a good decision instead of a desperate one. And this idea of buying time leads to something really fascinating. We all know about compound interest, where your money makes more money. But cash offers a totally different, and you could argue much more powerful kind of compounding. Look at it this way. While all your other assets are busy compounding monetary value, cash is quietly over here compounding your choice. The more cash you have, the more options you have, which gives you so much more flexibility and control over your own life. Now that is a return you can't easily measure. And the value of that choice, what it actually buys you, changes as you move through life. When you're just starting out, cash buys you flexibility, the freedom to maybe take a risk on a new career. Then, in the middle of life, when you've got more responsibilities, it buys you margin, a shock absorber for all of life's bumps. And later on, it buys something absolutely invaluable, peace of mind. Okay, so if cash is this amazing, why is it so undervalued? The reason is pretty simple, actually. Its greatest benefits are totally invisible. They don't show up on any financial statement. The real proof of cash's value lies in what doesn't happen. It exists in the negative space of your financial life. All the crises that were averted, the panic that was avoided, you just can't put a dollar value on that. But believe me, it is immensely valuable. Let's make this super concrete. The proof that your cash is working is the high-interest loan you never had to take out. It's the stocks you didn't have to sell during a market crash. It's the huge argument about money with your partner that just never happened because you had a buffer. These absences are the quiet evidence that your cash is doing its job perfectly. And beyond just preventing disasters, cash has this profound behavioral benefit. It's like a coolant for your financial engine. When you know you have that safety net, you are so much less likely to make reactive, emotional decisions. You don't chase fads, and you don't panic sell. That calm, steady hand improves your decisions everywhere else. So, how does this all come together? Well, understanding cash's true role fundamentally changes how you build your entire financial life. This right here is the fundamental shift in mindset. In the old view, cash is competing with your investments for a return. But in the new, more mature view, cash is their most important teammate. It's on the sidelines, ready to absorb risk and take the pressure off of your investments so they can do their long-term job without being disrupted. And here is the beautiful paradox in all of this. That supposed inefficiency of cash, its low return, is precisely what makes it so effective.
It is a dedicated, stable resource whose one and only job is to provide stability and optionality. That's a feature, not a bug.
So if you take just one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be this. The ultimate payoff of holding cash isn't measured in dollars. It's measured in the absence of pressure. It's the freedom to act when you want to, not when you have to. And this leaves us with one final question to think about. The right amount of cash. It's not in a textbook, it's a completely personal number. It's the amount that lets you sleep at night, absorb life's shocks, and feel a real sense of calm control. So what's your number?